Nuclear extortion. That is how the U.S. is describing Iran's enrichment of uranium in breach of the 2015 nuclear deal from which President Trump withdrew a year ago, saying Israel had, quote, published intelligence documents long concealed by Iran, conclusively showing the Iranian regime and its history of pursuing nuclear weapons. Other signatories to the Iran deal are still trying to save it. French President Emmanuel Macron sending his top diplomatic advisor to hold talks in Iran to, quote, piece together a de-escalation strategy. Iran saying it welcomed France's role in reducing tensions with the United States. But whatever happens, the Iran crisis will have a profound impact on the region's only democracy and its economy, Israel. Shai is the Director General of Israel's Ministry of Finance. He's here in a Fox Business exclusive. And here, Israel, a small nation, big democracy, is having to deal with running a very vibrant economy with all of this tension. How is that going?
So I think this has been the case, for many years now. And as you said, as you mentioned before, our Prime Minister, Bibi Netanyahu, actually managed to stop the Iran deal and actually to make sure that it has been seized. Now, the recent things that have happened actually might have an effect, but I think our Prime Minister will be in very, very good connection with your administration and with President Trump. And I think that it's an area which they will be able to solve.
When Treasury Department here in the U.S. gets a hold of things when it comes to nations like Iran or North Korea, it's Treasury that puts down the sanctions, that hands down the sanctions.
For sure. So we have the same thing. We have a department that deals with the sanction on Iran. This has not been changing, and we will continue to put the sanctions on Iran as it was before. And if, of course, it will need to be enhanced, then our cabinet, our security cabinet, will sit down together and give instructions to the finance ministry which sanctions should be enhanced and how to implement it.
Well, enhanced is a nice word for increase, and President Trump is increasing the sanctions on Iran. There is the school of thought that this is the way to handle it, that the Iranians are nuts. They want to wipe us and Israel right off the face of the earth. On the other hand, some say that this inflames a situation that may have been calming down.
So again, this is a thing which the President will need to take up with our Prime Minister and to see what is the policy and to make sure that it's a one policy headed by the United States and by Israel. Since I'm an official in the Finance Ministry, I wouldn't want to go and, to go out of my jurisdiction and go out to the Prime Minister
Hey, listen, there's another election you could run.
Yeah, no. I'm a government official. I'm a civil clerk. I'm not the one who's going to be running.
But I guess my question to you is, I've been to Israel multiple times, and you're there and you see Intel has a plant. Applied Materials has a plant. You've got Google there. It is such an interesting and motivated work society there. How is the economy? Because inflation is so high and taxes are high.
Yeah, so taxes are high, but on the other hand, investments in Israel have been growing rapidly, and specifically in the high-tech sector. I mean, we are a startup nation. We have more startups per capita than any other nation in the world. And also our expenditure in GDP on research and development is one of the highest in the world. So, many high-tech companies come to Israel, come to see the knowledge, the technologies that we have. A lot of those technologies are being developed from the army and then taken from the army into the civil companies and into the civil private sector.
No matter what Iran does.
And yeah, that doesn't have any effect on what Iran is doing currently. And of course, the threat is being capped, and the Prime Minister is with very, very good relations, as you know, with the President of the United States. And I think that whatever will be done with Iran, our cabinet, together with the cooperation and collaboration with the United States, will probably know how to deal with that. And we leave it to them. But the economy is very, very, very vibrant. And as you said, and as you mentioned, so many companies, international companies, are having doing their research, doing the development, putting plants in Israel and investing in Israel. Intel just did a $15 billion deal in Israel in the last couple of years, and this is, for us, is amazing.
To quote Warren Buffett, Israel is a miracle.
It is.
Good to see you. He bought an Israeli company. He loves Israel. Thank you so much, Shai.
Thank you. Thank you, Liz and Elisheva, for being here today.
That's right. My Hebrew name is Elisheva.
It's a beautiful name.
He says that Elisheva was King David's favorite. All right, so I'm somebody's muse. Yeah.